Good morning everyone and welcome to our Monmouth Praise Weekly. And during our service this morning we are going to be hearing from Richard Wills, who's an artist from St Thomas Church, and he's going to show us his art and including his religious art. And also we're going to have news from Trellick Grange. Also to remind you that on the 3rd of July there will be a village fair at St Nicholas Church Trellick from 2 to 4:30. Everyone welcome to attend. And so we hope you enjoy our service this morning, and we look forward to any events that are happening around the ministry area. If you just let us know and we can get people to come and we can advertise on our weekly updates and also on our service programme.
What's been happening farm-wise and church-wise. Church-wise, obviously it's been relatively limited what we can do because of the lockdown situation, etc. We've been having Sunday services for the last 3 months, I suppose now. It's just starting to get a little bit of normality coming back in terms of a service pattern. What we're hampered with at the moment still is actually getting clergy on a regular basis because there is a shortage, and we haven't had any replacement coming through for our benefice following Janet's retirement last August. So we're coming up, it won't be long before it's 12 months. The ministry area pattern is going to change things anyway, but the uncertainty of COVID, the uncertainty of where we are in terms of clergy sort of covering our area on a more regular basis, it's unsettling, I think. There's the actual pastoral side of it and how much we're going to have in terms of a regular clergy presence and building up that relationship, somebody who's there to really get to know us as a community and the communities within the benefice. There's also the finances, and there's been a lot of concern about that and how that was going to be managed, and potential pooling of resources into one account and this type of thing. So if there was a central treasurer, I think we would lose support within the community in terms of people giving to the church. If they didn't feel that the money they were giving was going towards Trellick Grange, then they wouldn't be keen to give. And I've had one gentleman say to me that he'd made provisions in his will for something, and if it's all centralised, everything, that would not happen. And then, on the agricultural side of things, things are unsettled with that. There's major changes going ahead in terms of the way agriculture is going to be supported. There's a lot of talk at the moment, but nothing, or very little concrete proposals to work on. And there's mixed messages coming through about what we should be doing environmentally. They're wanting us to farm in a more environmentally way, which is great, but there's costs involved with that. And then on the other hand, we're doing trade deals with Australia, which sort of sends a message out: we've got to farm in a more intensive fashion. So yeah, overall I would say there's just some uncertainty. But Trellick Grange is still here. We're trying to be positive, and hopefully within a few months we will have more regular service patterns. I see today from the diocese there's an email come through that singing will be permitted if you're in a low COVID area. So again, that is it's a little step in the right direction.
So here I am at the River Wye on one of my morning cycle rides. It really is on mornings like this. I curse the English language. There are no words enough to express my thanks to the Lord for making such a truly beautiful world. Thank you.
Corner is 1, 2, 3, 2 drawings and 2 watercolours of Dylan Thomas. That's my youngest daughter. That hung in the Royal Society of Portrait Painters. Brought up as a Sunday school attendant at 5, St Thomas's Church, a very influential priest, O.V. Griffiths, intrigued by the whole thing. I now question my faith because I think there are new things to say. I have a feeling that I'm slightly let down by the church because this has not been explored, and I think it's a wonderful opportunity which the church could expand on. So I seek reassurance in some ways. I was in the church choir until I was about 17. So I was brought up at St Thomas's Church, basically, and I still go there occasionally. I like to go in there on my own, basically. So I'm questioning my faith, I question the development of my faith. And this is why I've been painting these sort of things, because I want to question. I want to question what's going on. I don't want to just accept the old stories. I can accept the old stories, yes, but I want to hear some new interpretations and that.
your call. Sovereign hands are ever ready to uphold me should I fall. Safe beneath his wings of refuge, all my fears are kept at bay. I am shielded by his faithfulness. Christ will be my hideaway. In you, my God, I trust. You are strong and here with us. In you, my hope remains. Christ will be my highway. Though 1,000 fall around me, though death looks me in the eye, evil shall not have the victory while the Lord is at my side. God in power raised my Savior. I no longer fear the grave. God in power raised my Savior. I no longer fear the grave. Through this fragile life and evermore, Christ will be my hideaway. In you, my God, I trust. You are strong and here with us. In you, my hope remains. Christ will be my highway. In you, my God, I trust. You are strong and here with us. In you, my hope remains. Christ will be my hideaway. Christ will be my hideaway. Christ, you are my hideaway.
Our first reading is from the book of Psalms, and it's Psalm number 30, and especially poignant for those who are struggling and going through a difficult time with their health at the moment. So as we listen to this psalm, let us bear in mind and in our hearts those who are struggling at this time. I will exalt you, O Lord, because you have lifted me up and have not let my enemies triumph over me. O Lord my God, I cried out to you, and you restored me to health. You brought me up, O Lord, from the dead. You restored my life as I was going down to the grave. Sing to the Lord, you servants of his. Give thanks for the remembrance of his holiness. For his wrath endures but the twinkling of an eye. His favor lasts for a lifetime. Weeping may spend the night, but joy comes in the morning. Our reading from Paul for today is from the book of Corinthians. And I thought it important to mention this passage because it actually underpins everything that the bishop and the bishop's staff team are hoping to achieve in the changes that they're bringing to the ministry areas across the diocese. This is the theological underpinning for what they're hoping to do. And Paul says, "Now as you excel in everything, in faith, in speech, in knowledge, in utmost eagerness, and in our love for you, so we want you to excel also in this generous undertaking. I do not say this as a command, but I am testing the genuineness of your love against the earnestness of others. For you know the generous act of our Lord Jesus Christ, that although he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, so that by his poverty you might become rich. And in this matter I am giving my advice. It is appropriate for you who began last year not only to do something, but even to desire to do something. Now finish doing it, so that your eagerness may be matched by completing it according to your means. For if the eagerness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what one does not have. I do not mean that there should be relief for others and pressure on you, but it is a question of fair balance between your present abundance and their need, so that their abundance may be for your need, in order that there may be a fair balance. As it is written, the one who had much did not have too much, and the one who had little did not have too little. But thanks be to God, who put it into the heart of Titus the same eagerness for you that I myself have. For he not only accepted our appeal, but since he is more eager than ever, he is going to you of his own accord. With him we are sending the brother who is famous among all the churches for his proclaiming of the good news. And not only that, but he has also been appointed by the churches to travel with us while we are administering this generous undertaking for the glory of the Lord himself and to show our goodwill. We intend that no one should blame us about this generous gift that we are administering, for we intend to do what is right not only in the Lord's sight, but also in the sight of others. And with them we are sending you our brother, whom we have often tested and found eager in many matters, but who is now even more eager than ever because of his great confidence in you. As for Titus, he is my partner and co-worker in your service. As for our brothers, they are messengers of the churches, the glory of Christ. Therefore, openly before the churches, show them the proof of your love and for our reason for our boasting about you. And at the heart of that message is the message that none should have too much and none should have too little. And in the particular context, the Jerusalem saints had the great riches of the scriptures and a tremendous history to share with the Gentile Christians. The Gentile Christians had all the money, and the Apostle Paul was trying to get them to share with one another. The Jewish Christians to share their great spiritual gifts with the Gentiles, and he was trying to get the Gentiles to open their purses and share with others who were in a different kind of need, so that there might be a fairness and a balance across the Christian church. You might like to ponder that as you think about our movement towards being one ministry area.
Here is love, vast